Hi, it's Mikko here from relationship-journal.com, and today's question comes from Jem, and she says, "Hi Mikko, perhaps my question would be the age-old query, how to tell if a man loves you? I'm sure men ask the same thing about women, but men are less obvious and more guarded when it comes to their feelings. Actually not. Men don't usually ask how to tell if a woman loves you. Men usually ask how to make a woman happy, how to show our love the best to a woman." Which will bring me to another point. But Jem goes on and says, "Women tend to be more emotional and expressive. We tell other women how we feel or what we think most of the time, but men don't. I think you can help a lot of women by sharing your views on how can we tell if a man truly loves us. Being a man, you know exactly how a man thinks, feels, and how to demystify them." Thanks again, Jem. So how to tell if a man loves you? And this is what my answer is to realize that guys don't ask how to tell if a woman loves you. What guys are worried about is how to make a woman happy, how to show our love to a woman in a way that she will receive it. Which will bring me to this point is, and which is my belief, is that ultimately, deep inside, all we men want to do is to make you happy and love you. Now, that doesn't always translate into loving relationships or loving communication or mutual understanding or any of that. Because the truth is, we have to realize that we are different, and the way we interpret each other's behavior, especially at stressful times, is we misinterpret each other, is my point. Is when our partners are doing something, we only have our own perspective and our own assumptions of that behavior. For example, if a guy comes home from stressed out from a work and he doesn't want to talk with you, you may think that he doesn't love you. From his perspective, he's stressed out, and the best way he knows to cope with his stress is to go and relax on a sofa, or go play basketball, or go be in a computer, or go play tennis with his friend, or just watch TV, to do something to relieve his stress. And for you may think that he's not loving you because he's not asking you about your day. So you are completely misinterpreting his behavior as him not loving you, when the truth is, he loves you. He just doesn't show the love in the same way that loving gestures would mean to you, because you think you might even be loving for him by asking him lots of questions and showing that you care. And if he's stressed out, you go ask him what happened at work or something like that. And the truth is, he may think, ironically, that you are not loving him by just letting him be alone and dealing with his stress the way he sees best fit. So as you can see, often we love each other, but because we misinterpret each other's behavior, especially at stressful times when we're stressed out, we completely interpret each other's behavior as something that's not loving when it's not true. Deep inside, he does love you. For example, if you allow him to just be in his cave, sort of, using Mars-Venus analogy, he will come back from his cave realizing, and having felt or lowered his stress, he might come back to feeling all the love that he does have for you, and then coming back and showing interest in you. But sometimes even that he may not know how to do, because loving from his perspective is not the same thing. He may think it's very loving to leave you alone to deal with your stress, because that's what would be loving for him. So sometimes we have to learn communication skills and also learn to interpret our partner's behavior from a context of how may his behavior actually be loving deeply inside. And also to learn to ask what you want. And so that one of the best ways that you can also find out if he truly loves you is to ask sincerely from a place of love and trust. Now that's the key. You gotta ask him with the voice that trusts him to be loving, and ask him for something you would like, "Honey, would you take me out to a date on this Saturday? We could go to a theater, movie, or restaurant." And then pause and ask what his response is. If he truly loves you and he's, capable of being in a loving and healthy relationship, he should go and say something like, Okay, well, let me think. I would love to take you out to something and take you out to a date. And so if he's willing to do something like that and be there for you and support your needs, that means that he loves you. But the key is, again, to understand that sometimes we might misinterpret each other's behavior, and sometimes when we just simply ask a guy, if you ask him to do something for you and he does it, it means he loves you. So good luck. I wish you all the best, Jim, and hopefully come back and maybe tell us and come back and share just what happens, or if you have any other questions, our blog will be here. So thanks again. Look forward to your other questions.